Welcome back to Business Focus on TV3. We're live on TV3 Ghana on Facebook, DSTV channel 279, all across the world on 3news.com. What you see behind me is how we started the year when it comes to price of petroleum products. Now you see the bars going up there. The red bar is for the first pricing window. The second bar, which is the green bar, is for the first, that's the first and the second pricing windows. Now take a look at this. In January, we started this year, a liter of petrol selling at 6 cedis 80 pesos. In January, that's January 1, 2022, diesel was selling at 6 cedis 85 pesos. Fast forward to the ending of May, that's the second pricing window in the month of May, was selling at 9 cedis 85 pesos and then 11 cedis 75 pesos respectively. That's for petrol and diesel. Now, in the first pricing window in the month of June, we saw petrol going up to 10 cedis 40 pesos thereabout, and then diesel also going up to 11 cedis, almost 40 pesos. Now, what we're learning, in fact, it was between 11 cedis 40 pesos and 12 cedis 40 pesos. That was for the first pricing window in the month of June. Fuel prices have gone up in the second pricing window in the month of June, which took effect over the weekend. A number of the oil marketing companies have effected their price changes now, with the market leader, Goel, having now petrol selling at 12 cedis, that's 10 cedis 99 pesos, 10 cedis 99 pesos, and diesel selling at 13 cedis 90 pesos thereabout. Now, this is what you're seeing. When there was the increase in the prices of petroleum products at the pumps, this is what led to the transport fares increase. Take a look at this. In January, when we started 6 cedis 80 pesos for petrol and 6 cedis 85 pesos for diesel, there was no price increase. Fast forward to February, when it was increased to 7 cedis 99 pesos for petrol and 7 cedis 99 pesos for diesel, we saw a 15% increase in transport fares. In May, when it was increased, diesel selling at 8 cedis 29 pesos and petrol per liter selling at 8 cedis 29 pesos as well, we saw an increase of 20% in transport fares. That's what we witnessed between January and now. There's been a 35% increase cumulatively in the transport fares in this country. In June, now what we're seeing is petrol is selling at 10 cedis 99 pesos per liter, and then diesel 13 cedis 99 pesos per liter. Now, from what we're picking, the transport unions actually went into the meeting with the transport minister with a 15 to 20% increase in transport fares proposal. Now, there was some negotiation and there was a decision to settle for 10%, between 10 and 15%. By Wednesday, we'll get to know how much transport fares are going to go up, either by 10% or 15%. But that's what we're learning. If you are driving your car now, you have to get about 50 Ghana cedis to get a gallon of petrol, because we measure a gallon of petrol by 4.5 liters. So if you multiply 4.5 by the 10 cedis 99 pesos for petrol, almost about 50 Ghana cedis. Now, for diesel, a lot of the transport unions have their vehicles running on diesel. A lot of the vehicles we use for public transport runs on diesel. So 13 cedis 99 pesos is what a liter of diesel is selling for at most of the pumps. You multiply that by 4.5, you get a gallon. Now, almost 60 Ghana cedis is what a gallon of diesel is selling for now. Remember, we're buying it just about half that price in January. Now, take a look at this. When the transport fares were increased in May by 20%, these were the fares. I sat in the public transport over the weekend, Petrol, from Kaneshi to Dodowa. I saw the price list in the car. Look at this. This is the Kaneshi Research Branch GPRT of TUC. The price list they posted in the vehicle. Dodowa, from Kaneshi to Dodowa, previously, before the May increase, was 9 cedis 80 pesos. When the price went up by 20%, it went up to 11 cedis 70 pesos from Kaneshi to Dodowa. From Kaneshi to Specialized. Specialized is on the Oyarifa Road. Now you're paying 9 cedis 80 pesos. Abokobi, 9 cedis 80 pesos. Oyarifa, Kaneshi, 8 cedis 90 pesos. From Kaneshi to Damfa, 8 cedis. Kaneshi to Adenta, 8 cedis. Kaneshi to Ashiye, 9 cities, 80 pesos. Kaneshi to Medina went up from 5 cities, 50 pesos to 6 cities, 60 pesos. Now, if you take a look at the next slide, you look at the other prices as well, the transport fares. That is what happened with specifically the Kaneshi Research Branch GPRTU. Kaneshi to School Junction, for those of you who live at that's School Junction, Ajirigano area, you were in, before the May increase of 20%, you were paying 7 cities, 50 pesos. It went up to 9 cities. Connection to American House, now you are paying 6 cities, 80 pesos. Ajirigano, 9 cities, 80 pesos. Nana Chrome, 9 cities, 80 pesos. Boche, 8 cities. UPSA, from connection to UPS, 6 cities, 60 pesos. Shiashi, New Legon, you see that in that order. This is just one of the many price increases we saw in the month of May. Just to put this in context, if the prices, that's the transport fares, goes up by 10%, as we're learning, look at this example. Let's say you have someone who is living in Dodowa, and remember, a lot of people are moving to these areas because the further away you move from the central business district, the lower your rent. Because people are paying lower 200 cedis for 1 bedroom or chamber and hall in those areas. And because salaries are not that much, people are moving to Adenta, Dodowa, Oyarifa, and those areas and coming to work in the central business district. So we picked an average worker who earns 1,000 cedis a month. And look at this. If you're earning 1,000 cedis a month and you're living in Dodowa, you are paying 11 cedis, 70 pesos now if you are working at Kaneshi. If the prices go up by 10%, transport fares, you're going to pay 12 cedis, 80 pesos. That's going to be the possible new fare. Because 10% of 11 cedis, 70 pesos is 1 cedi, 17 pesos. If you add it to the existing price that your transport fares you're paying now is 12 cedis, 80 pesos. In and out, we even slashed it down to 12 cedis, 50 pesos because most of the time, these transport owners like to take a bit of the increase. If it goes up from 11 cedis, 70 pesos to 12 cedis, 50 pesos, you are spending 25 cedis a day in and out. That's if you are taking a straight car from Kaneshi to Dodowa where you live. You're going to spend 125 cedis every week on transportation. If you earn 1,000 cedis, that's 500 cedis of your money gone on transportation alone. We are not talking about food, rent. You're not even going to save any money. That's the rest of the 500. That's the situation if you're earning 1,000 cedis. And remember, most of the public sector workers, about 70 to 80% of them earn less than 1,500. So that's why we picked this salary, for example, of 1,000 cedis and how much you're going to spend on transport, 500 cedis a month if you're living in Dodowa and then you are coming to work at Kaneshi, as we've seen a lot of people move. So we asked the question, the Tema refinery, what is the state of the refinery and what good would it have made in this situation for Ghanaians in mitigating the impact of these increases in prices of petroleum products as we are seeing at the pumps?